All right, I think I am on. I'm so sorry about that, being a little bit delayed there. For some reason, it just kept spinning, so I wasn't able to go live, but I think we're on. So I just want to thank you guys for joining me. It's Friday. Last week I did move my Friday Facebook Live to 4 o'clock, a little bit later in the day, hoping some people, if you're not watching from local, that you're home from work and you can enjoy watching my projects that I'm going to do today. So I am going to be sharing with you another kit. Now last Friday I shared with you, I'm going to scoot this over, just kind of refresh your memory on my kit. I was showing you the Batter Up paper pumpkin. It was our May paper pumpkin, and I showed you a couple different projects that I created, and let me bring those on. So I took my cards and I created treats. So let's see what we have here. So I did these two right here, and then I did these two, so I switched it up a little bit. And then my last set was this one right here. So I took my product that was for cards and I made it into a treat. This week, I am going to be sharing with you one of our new kits from our kit collection. If you remember, if you've gotten the annual catalog, in the very beginning of the catalog, there is this page right here. And it's showing our paper pumpkin, but it's also showing this new box right here. Stampin' Up has added a kit collection, and it's similar to paper pumpkin, except for you get to pick the kit you want, which I think is really, really cool. I think they're both great things to do. I love the surprise of paper pumpkin, but I also like that if I want to get a kit and I want to get a couple of them for my friends to join with me and do a little stamping, then I can order a couple kits. I can order as many as I want. Now, one of the things that's different about the kit collection is they are limited. So once they're gone, they're gone. So if there is something that you like, you're definitely going to want to pick it up quick. Now, you want to go to stampinup.com/kits, and I'll put this in the information after the video, and you can see all the kits that are available right now. Now, if you want, you can order a kit right from there. If not, you can just add the order or add the kit that you like to a regular order, and it'll be shipped to you that way. Well, let's get to a little bit of stamping. All right, set that book aside. Okay, so here is the flyer. And inside, it just gives you a few of the different ones that we have. I'm actually going to start off with this one that's right here on the front. Now, there are two different types of kits in here, and one of them is a kit that's going to have a stamp with it. And if it has a stamp, it'll come with a block, and it'll also come with an ink spot, which is great. The kit I'm going to be using today, it doesn't have any stamping. It's literally just putting it together. The sentiments are already printed for you, which is really, really cool. So let me open this up, and I'm going to share with you the 3 cards that come with it and also the directions. So here, I'm going to set that a little bit aside. So here is one card. It's a cute die-cut butterfly that opens up. These really pretty gems. And of course, decorated envelopes. I love the envelopes that come in kits. Here's another one. This one has this laser die-cut panel here. Again, I'm using those pretty rhinestones that come with it. A different sentiment. This background's so pretty, the rainbow looking one. And then the last one I have is this one here. So another different envelope, and then this really fun laser die cut. And then we have the sentiments that we're going to add on. So both of these are quite simple. This is a great kit for beginners, but I know if you're an avid stamper, you're going to be able to take these and do so much more with them. Let me share with you a little bit what comes in this kit. So in this kit, you're going to be getting 3 each of the cards and envelopes, which is great. Now we have new instructions that are in color. They'll be like this with our paper pumpkin and these kits. So it's literally giving you step by step exactly what you have to do to create the projects. On the back here, it's going to share with you all the product that's going to be in the kit for you. And then this is my last one here. I actually showed you that already. Okay. And then over here, it has the coordinating colors that go with it. And then here you can just do the QR code and you can find some more fun things all about your kit. So it's quite simple. It's great for, as I said, great for beginners. It's great to do a project if you want to gather friends together that maybe haven't stamped already. Now on this one I said that the sentiments came already done. So they come and they're die cut, so you just punch them out. Super easy, just like that. They come in different languages, so they're good for all different countries that we are in. It's just pretty cool. And then I guess I had an extra envelope there. I'm actually going to need one of those, so I'm going to save that there. You have some of the mini dimensionals. You have some of the little glue dots, and then you have these really cool rhinestones here. They're kind of rainbowish. I really, really like those. All right, so let me set my things aside here. And then I'm going to share with you the new projects I'm going to create. All right, so I am going to show you this one first. This is the one that is similar to this here. So as I said, I'm kind of just copying what I did last week. One of the things when I create projects is I like to create projects that that I've done before. I like to reuse, or you might say case, copy and share everything. So when I get a card, whether it's from a class that I've created or a swap that I've done, I like to use that more than once. I find that once you find a layout or an idea, using it over and over again is a great idea. And with all the different products, it's easy to just switch it up a bit. So I'm going from something that would be great for a masculine gift to something that is perfect for a girlfriend. All right. Now this kit didn't come with ribbon, so you will see in another project that I'm going to be using some ribbon that I just brought in. I have again one of our clear envelopes, and it seals, so I'm going to take this and just fold it over and seal it like that. So now I have a handy little, actually I'm going to bring that down just a smidge more because I want them to be able to open it and get the candy out without having to take it apart. Okay, so now we have our candy. And I took one of the basic white card bases that came with it, and I trimmed it down. So now it's 4 1/4 by 4 3/4, and I scored it at 2 1/8. So that gives me my base there. And then I took one of the laser dies and I just trimmed it off like this. So I still have another whole one to go. And I'm going to add a few little glue dots on here. Let me just get my paper piercer thing here. And I'm just taking the glue dot and I'm kind of rolling it up a little bit. And then I'm going to add that right up here in my corner. There's a little bit larger area, so it's going to work perfect there. All right, I need to peek over there and see who is all watching me. Let's see here. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Karen. Hi, Kim, Deanna. Thank you guys so much for joining me. All right, so I have 2 mini glue dots right here in the corner, and I'm going to just try and space this out in the bottom. Oops, kind of made it curve there a little bit. There we go. So it just gives me a little bit of a border. And then I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in. Now, one of the things that I love about paper pumpkin kits, and these kits too, is that they have these beautiful envelopes. And instead of just using them for envelopes, you can use them for all kinds of things. So I trimmed off, this is how my envelope started, and I just trimmed it off, so I have this top part. And then I'm going to take my paper trimmer and just cut off some of my edges here. See, I'll turn it over and get this side. Actually, I want it to be about 4 1/2. I think I'm gonna go a little bit bigger. Let's see. I can always trim it some more. Better to have a little bit more than not enough. All right, and then I'm gonna come down and do this about 1 1/4 inches. All right. So now we can bring this back in, and sure enough, I probably need to trim that just that little bit more. I should have gone with my first instinct, I'm going to trim it off another 1/4 inch. See if I can bring this down where you can see. There we go. All right. Now let's just add a little bit of adhesive. There we go. And I'm going to just center this again right on here, just like that. I'm going to fold that in half, and then I'm going to grab my stapler. Oops, I didn't need to grab all those dimensionals with it. And my rhinestones. Everything's flying on my desk. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that on, and I'm just going to add 1 staple right here in the middle. It doesn't need a lot. I think that's going to hold it just fine. And I am looking for my sentiment on there. Oh, here it is. Okay. So on my sentiment, it says a little note of cheer. And I wasn't really sending a note because I'm sending a treat. And so I want to cover that part up right there. So first I'm going to just trim off my ends, just snip these off right here. And then add some dimensionals to the back. Probably going to add about 4 on here because it's always great to have a few more. Hi Liz, hi Gail, thank you guys for joining. I'm just on my first project. I was talking too much at the beginning, of course, but hopefully I shared something that was new to you. So now I'm popping up that sentiment like that. And then I am going to take, this is another one of the envelopes that I've been using pieces of. And I am going to, let me just cut a strip here. So I guess I can do it. I'm going to cut a strip off because I don't want to waste paper by cutting both of my ovals here. So I'm just going to go in from the side. And I just want that little one right there. So now I can add some adhesive to it. And then I'm putting that right on top. So now it just says a little cheer. Whoops, except for my butterflies were upside down. That's not good. So there is that. And now to do a little fussy cutting. This is the laser die that was used on that card. And I am going to come in. I'm going to use this part on something else, but I'm just going to come in and give a little border around the edges. So I want to keep that laser die intact. I don't want it to fall apart. And I'm just kind of going around probably about 1/8 of an inch around like that. All right, I'm going to give it a little bit of a bend there. And then let's grab a couple glue dots on here. And then I'm going to add that right here to the center. And then I'm going to put a couple of these rhinestones in there because you can always use a little bling. I think I'm going to do 3 of them. So it's kind of like the body of my little butterfly. Whoops, kind of got stuck to my table there. There we go. All right. So isn't that cute? I really, really like it. I think it's just a nice gift. If you want to leave it for someone on their desk at work, or drop it when you go to a doctor's appointment, or just give it to a neighbor or friend. It's a fun little project. All right, let's go to our second one here. And it is going to be this box right here. Now I will add the dimensions again. They were on last week's Facebook Live, but I will add them again on here for this little box. And I have a feeling that I didn't score this because I wanted to show you I was going to score it. And now I might be in trouble because I don't have my dimensions right in front of me. That's probably not a really good thing, is it? Let me see. All right, I'm gonna have to just guess what I'm doing. We'll see how it turns out. Sometimes guessing isn't the best idea. So I'm gonna go 1/2 inch and let me measure across here. You guys probably think I'm really wacko. So I need 2 3/4 of an inch. So I'm gonna go to 3 1/4 inches. 3 3/4 of an inch. Cross your fingers for me, okay? And then, let's see, 4 1/2. And then I need to go 2 3/4 again. And then whoops, I need to go another 1/2 inch. Wow. And then 1 more 1/2 inch I am going to cut off. Okay, I'm crossing my fingers that I did that right. I'm going to turn and then score this at 1 inch along the bottom. There we go. I will say that making it a few times, you do sometimes remember a little bit, but let's go for it. Okay, so I'm going to trim up to that 1 inch point. Okay, so I'm doing it, so this is a side, and then this last one here, I can go ahead and just trim off. I'm going to give it a little score, kind of fold down on each of those score lines. Hit this one here. Okay, and then let's fold it up on the bottom. Oh, thank you so much, Kim. Whew. I'm hoping it's right. We will see in just a moment. I really appreciate you putting that on there. All right, so let's get our adhesive here. We're gonna go all along that edge. Fold that over just a little bit. And then we're going to match that up with this 1/2 inch right here. So it's gonna come together right there. All right, ooh, it looks like I did it right. Okay, now we're gonna pull these flaps out like that and add some more adhesive along here. So on both sides, I like to make my bottom really strong. Looks like that didn't get quite as much as I wanted. All right, now we want this to be the front, so that's going to be the last side I'm going to fold in. So I'm going to fold the 2 sides, fold the back, and then fold over the top. Now I like to do that because I like to have a nice smooth edge right here. And then I can pinch that in like that. So that's going to give us our little bag box type thing. I'm going to pull back in my laser die cut. And we're just going to trim this one the same way we did that other one. I really like that I was able to create these projects. Like I said, is a masculine type project and treats. And I could turn around and make these so pretty with this. So really these projects that I'm making here, whether you're using one of the kits that we have that come with pieces, or you just want to grab some paper that you already have, all of them you're going to be able to make with Stampin' Up! Product. Okay, so I almost trimmed off the edge there. Good thing I stopped. All right. Now on this one here, we're going to go ahead and just put it down like that again. So I'm going to use a few more glue dots. Let's get those over here. Now there are glue dots that come with it. I do prefer using these. So if you happen to order a lot of kits or you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, the glue dots in there definitely work, but these are just so much easier. I love having them on the roll, and I can just use my piercer and pick them up. And I kind of just roll them back on itself so that they're skinny for this part because I don't want them too big. I'll add one more. Okay, so let's put one more right down here. I'm just trying to look for some of the areas that are a little bit larger or wider, and then we're going to put that down. I'm going to put my hand inside a little bit. Make sure I press those on really well. And then I'm going to grab my sentiment, and it says, "You're on my mind and in my heart." It's kind of cute. And then pop these in. Now another thing, if you don't care for the saying or you want to put a different saying on it, you can easily just stamp on the back side on the white. And because these are in all different languages, you have all these tags to use. So don't throw these out because they're not in a language that you're going to use. Just flip them over, pop these out, and have a little jar or something on your desk that you can just pull these little white tags out when you need one. You don't want to waste them. Okay, I'm just popping these little circles out here a little bit. Let's see if I can get that last one. It seems to be sticking in there. Okay, now let's add some dimensionals on there. And then I'm just going to pop that up like that. I'm going to bring those rhinestone gems in here and add some on the bottom. Whoops. Now some of the kits, if you look at the card kits that are available right now, some of them are past paper pumpkins or similar to paper pumpkin and that. Stampin' Up! Is just getting them started, and they are going to be having more and more coming. So don't just think that those are the only ones that we're going to have. On the incentive trip that I went with Stampin' Up! To Maui a week and a half ago, we got the holiday catalog, and in there are some really cute new kits that are going to be coming out. All right, so as I said, it didn't come with ribbon, so I always have on hand this thin seam binding. It's just a white, and I decided to, let me grab a piece of paper to put behind it here. Instead of using the white, I thought that I would color it a little bit. So I am going to bring in one of our Pale Papaya Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to grab a little bit of the ribbon. Let's see, I thought I had a piece sitting right here, but let's go ahead and take a piece here. So let me trim this off. Now the colors this one features is Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, and it looks like Pear Pizzazz, Old Olive, that type. So I'm going to take my brush tip. Now on your markers there's a brush tip and a fine tip, and I like to use the brush tip when I'm coloring my ribbon. This one here is the darker shade of the Pale Papaya. And we'll just see the difference in how the project looks with using a colored ribbon versus just the white. Now in your kits too, depending on how long you've been getting them, or if this is in your first or as you go, remember to save all your extra pieces. There can be extra glue dots, dimensionals, twine, ribbon, all kinds of stuff. So you want to go ahead and hold on to that, and that way when you need something, you can use it. So I'm just going to put a couple little Ghirardellis in here, and then add my ribbon. I think I really like this Pale Papaya on here. It's one of our new in colors. It just came out in May, and it's going to be with us for 2 whole years. All right, there we go. It's kind of a little bit of a wild bow. But here's the difference with it in the Pale Papaya and then the white. So I think it looks great in both, but I really like how this blends in with the bag right there. I think that's really cute. All right, let's move on to our last one. And we are going to create this box. Now I didn't put anything in it yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to fill it with, but it'll probably depend on who I give it to. These are our mini paper pumpkin boxes, and I love to have them on hand. It holds our note cards and envelopes. So you can get a pack of note cards and envelopes, make a set of cards, and then put them in here for someone. I think that'd be great. All right. This one went pretty quick. I took the envelope, and again, I just cut out the inside of my envelope right there. And I believe this is 5.5 by 3 3/4. And I'm gonna just add that on here. Now, oops, I forgot to add my ribbon first. Okay, well I didn't press it, so I'm still in luck. I'm just gonna lift this up. I'm actually going to. I'm gonna glue it kind of down on the top, press it up here, but not here at the bottom. That way it won't slip around when I'm trying to tie my bow. Now you'll notice I have this little white spot there. I really didn't need that. I just wasn't thinking when I cut mine, and I should have cut it a little bit more in the middle of it, but it'll be okay. My butterfly is going to cover that up. All right, so let's tie our bow here. I need to press it a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of warm today, and I have my fan on, and it's really blowing this ribbon around on my table. I think I'm going to take a glue dot. This is the other thing I love glue dots for. And I'm just going to plop it down right there, and now I can press my ribbon into it. And just make sure I get it so it's flat. There we go. And now it's so much easier to tie my bow. It's going to stay where I want. It's not going to be loose and wobbly. There we go. And let's trim that off a little bit there. All right, so we've got that down. I really like how this set came with 3 different envelopes because we really get a nice variety of the colors to add to it. Now this, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but it'd be really fun to color. It'd also be a good mask if you wanted to put it down and then do some sponging around it to have like a silhouette too. I'm sure we'll figure something out. All right, I am going to take this and just bend it a little bit in the middle so my butterfly is flying a little bit, and then put some dimensionals down the back. All right, and then I'm going to put this on there like that. There we go. And because my sentiment was a long one, I decided to cut it apart and just do it in a smaller piece. So I'm going to trim off the ends and then cut it right between the words there. Add some dimensionals. There we go. So I'm going to put this one, I'm kind of up a little high on this, but move all my trash kind of out of the way. My table's getting very crowded right here. There we go. And then of course we need some more gems. For some reason when I do butterflies, I always like to have little gems like going in the middle here, kind of on the body. And why not add a few more? Up here. And we can do another one down here. Why not add it? We have a lot. All right, so there is another cute project. I'm going to bring those back in here. Those are our 3 fun projects. So they're, as I said, they're just like last week's. I hope you guys really enjoy these projects, and I would love to see any projects that you've created like mine. So if you want to create one of these projects or create all of them and then post pictures back on this feed, and everyone can see what you're creating with it. I hope you guys like them. I'm not sure what I'm doing next week. I'm kind of trying to figure that out. So I will be posting what I'm going to be sharing next week really soon. Now I want to give you a quick sneak peek. I have my creative card class coming up. It is on the 16th, and it's at 10 a.m. in the morning or at 7 p.m. Now the class is $12, or it is free with a $25 purchase. $25 or more purchase. So if you are interested, here is a sneak peek at my cards. I love the different stamp sets that I'm using. It's some fun paper and new dies. If you have any questions, you'd like to sign up for the class, just let me know, or you can just go to the event section on this page. Now, one other thing I have coming up, and it's on June 10th, is my Bogo Sale. So my Bogo Sale is where I get rid of all of my retired product. I love getting rid of it. The great thing about it is that you get to purchase my retired product, and in place of it, you're going to get the same dollar value in brand new product. So if you found, let's just say $20 worth of retired products, stamp sets, paper, accessories, all kinds of stuff, then you can pick $20 out of the new annual catalog, and you can select product out of that. So that is going to be at my house on June 10th from 10 till 1 and from 4 to 6 p.m. Again, there's information in the event section on this page, or you can message me and I can hopefully answer any questions that you have. I want to thank you for joining me on this Friday, and I hope to see you back next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.